Hi everyone, it's Shannon, the Daily DIYer. I also want to thank the original Super Glue for sponsoring today's video. We are headed into Dollar Tree today to grab one of my absolute favorite things from the Crafters Square in the wood section. Those would be their crates. So they have not just one size, but they have two great options. The first one is this smaller one that has the open sides, and the bigger ones are all enclosed. You can see here sort of the size comparison. For our first hack, you're also going to need one of these framed signs. If you see these, grab them. They are so much easier to work with than the framed wood canvases in the crafting section because the frames are already nicely finished and the backs pop out of them super easy, just like a regular picture frame. You pull up on those tabs and the back will slide right off. And there's also a nice hanger on the back for us already. So we're also going to need to do a little bit of work to this and scraping off the 3D foam stickers off here and trying my best to just get off any of the paper to smooth it out. But we're going to cover that up. If you head over to the home decor section, they also have great peel and stick, what they call wallpaper. It's basically just a contact paper. We're gonna flip it over and then trace the size of the backing that we removed. We're gonna apply it onto the front of this. Scissors cut this out super easily. Dollar Tree has lots of great options for this wallpaper, so grab the one that fits your style the best. I really love this herringbone style one. It has sort of a subdued look that's gonna match our frame really nicely. So we're just gonna peel off the backing, press that down firmly onto the backing, and reinsert that into the frame. So this is such an easy and quick process, and now we're going to start working on that crate. Like I said, we're going to use the larger size of the two from Dollar Tree for this, and we're also going to do something I have never done before, and we're going to apply this true oil to the crate. Now, I was hoping we could find some linseed oil laying around the house, and unfortunately, we don't have any right now, but my husband had this true oil. So I decided to try that to help bring out the wood grain in this crate versus painting it or staining it, and it did a really good job. You just want to make sure you are wearing gloves when you're applying this and use a soft cloth to rub it into the wood. And then you can see here the top one is the before and the bottom is the after. And now we need to attach this crate to the framed sign, and we're going to do that with the use of this awesome no mess adhesive from the original Super Glue called Total Tape to do that. You can find it on a roll, which is great for larger projects, or in these strips, which I love for crafting. Total Tape is a heavy-duty, double-sided adhesive with a mesh reinforcement for permanent applications. It's all weather, so it can be used outside, and it's also great and it works on all materials. I love it because there's no dry time and there is no mess. It's also so easy to use, especially when you're using these strips, but you can also cut the strips down in size too. You don't always have to use a full strip. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach this crate onto the sign with two pieces of this double-sided adhesive. We're gonna press that firmly onto the back of the crate, one on each side, and then it's just super easy to then remove the plastic topper on there. It has little tabs, so you can grip onto that and remove it. And as you can see, now our adhesive is clear. Obviously, the orange plastic comes off, so we have that clear base. So it works so great on so many different projects, and it is going to adhere onto the front of this sign. Super quick and easy. Just push it down. Make sure you get it to have really good contact with the back of that sign. And then as you can see here, it is on there good and tight. It is not coming off. It is not moving. So you can even put heavy items in this crate now. And then there are so many different ways to use this piece. I thought I would show you a quick everyday look, just adding some greenery and some lavender into the crate to give this a really pretty spring or summer look. But you can also change that out for the different holidays and seasons, adding some berries and greenery and ribbon and even fairy lights in there for Christmas time, which I absolutely love. Or you can even add some cup hooks that you just twist right into the bottom of this frame to add some storage. And this is a great way to add some additional hanging space to your kitchen for like cutting boards, towels, measuring supplies, and you can even put this in an entryway for keys and mail. This next idea is so quick and easy and so versatile. You're gonna need 4 of the larger size crates, from Dollar Tree. We're going to attach these together with our total tape. So we're going to put one of those strips on the end of our first crate, and then we're going to sort of configure these in an interesting way. So the top one is going to go horizontally, the bottom one vertically, and we're lining them up straight on that left side. You can see once we have that adhesive pinched together so it's tight, our adhesive is so strong. This is gonna keep this together permanently, which I love. No dry time. It is so quick and so fast and so strong. So our next one, we are adding more of these total tape pieces onto the ends of the crates and just attaching them in a square type configuration, and you can see we end up with an empty square in the middle there too, which is going to become really handy in this first hack idea. We're also going to set this piece onto a inexpensive Lazy Susan. I found this, I think, at Walmart for like 10 bucks. I'll try to link everything down in the description box below for you. And this becomes a really great sort of art station or art organization piece. You can add mason jars into these crates because they're big enough, which I love. And then you can add all of your art supplies, and that middle square even fits some more paintbrushes or pens or paint supplies. Makes it easy to then be able to get to the supplies that you need. Everything's nice and compact and accessible. You can also take this whole idea and actually set it up on its side and sort of create a really fun cubby shelf situation, which you can decorate for the different holidays and seasons. So this one's sort of an everyday look, adding some cute little pieces in there. But you can also change this out for Christmas time. I love Christmas time, so here's a cute little simple look for that. I love versatile pieces. But I know I put a couple Christmas looks in here, but our next project, we're gonna do a more fall look. So for this project, we're gonna make a fall pumpkin out of 6 of their smaller crates. I highly suggest that you spray paint these to save yourself so much time, but if you have paint and a paintbrush, that works too. You just wanna make sure you get into all of those nooks and crannies of these crates since they have the openings. Make sure you do all the sides and even the backs. Make sure to flip them over and give them 2 coats on each side. I did end up working on 3 crates at a time just to make sure I had full coverage. So this is how we're going to configure these crates, basically 3 on top, 3 on the bottom, and then you want them going vertically. We're gonna use our total tape to attach all of these, and like I said earlier, you can cut them in half. And if you're gonna cut them in half, I do suggest you remove the orange plastic from them before cutting them because you'll lose out on one of the tab sides. So this just makes it easier to remove that plastic off of there, and then you can attach your sides of your crates together. One little piece is plenty. Like I said, this stuff is super duper heavy duty, so even just using a little bit is going to do the job. So I attached the sides together on the top 3 and then the bottom 3, and then used 3 more small half pieces on the bottoms of the crates and then attached those together to make that square. My first fall video of the year comes out next week, so make sure you're subscribed and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on that video, especially if you love fall. You are not going to want to miss it. And now that we have the base of our pumpkin finished, it's time to add the stem. I found this great finial at Hobby Lobby. It was only $2.49. So I decided that would make the cutest little stem on top of here. However, you could always just go out into your yard and find a dead stick and use that for the top of your pumpkin too. This finial, I'm giving a good coat of some antiquing wax to turn it more brown and look a little bit more stained. Instead of painted, we're gonna use our total tape again on the bottom of this finial to stick that right on the top of our pumpkin crates. So this is turning out super cute, but stay tuned. We're gonna add an extra special little touch at the end, but we also are gonna add another extra little element on here. And of course you can decorate yours however you like. This is some burlap fabric that is new to Dollar Tree. Doesn't have the actual wire in the edges like the regular ribbon does, so it has more of a natural look to it. And I just cut off a section of that and tied it onto the finial, trimmed the ends down so it had more of a finished look, just kind of cut them at an angle, trimmed off any extra stray strings that were hanging off, and then obviously we have the cutest little pumpkin right now, and you can leave it like this if you want, or that extra special little element is some fairy lights. You can find these at Dollar Tree too. I've been adding these to a lot of things lately because it just gives it such a special little extra touch. And I'm applying it with some regular Scotch tape because I'm hoping to reuse these lights again in the future on other projects, but you could use a more strong adhesive or even a staple gun to add these to your pumpkin if you wanted them permanent. These lights are pretty bright even during the daytime, so you could turn them on during the day, but you guys know I love to show this look to you at nighttime as well. So here's what it looks like with the lights turned off as the sun goes down. It gives it such a pretty fall vibe. In our next project, we're going to use one of the larger crates from Dollar Tree and make a soap display that you could use in your bathroom or your kitchen. I'm using some white chalk paint to get the inside and the outside of this crate, but of course paint yours to match whatever style is in your bathroom or kitchen. Then we're going to use this interesting little piece. These are from Christmas time. They're little snowmen, wooden snowmen. However, we're going to flip these upside down and use them for feet on our display. So we're going to take some black chalk paint and paint these. You could stain these since they're wood too, which would be really pretty. And this is how we're going to install them with the hats of our snowmen facing down. Yes, again, we're going to use our total tape. You can cut these strips down into even small, tiny pieces to go on the bottoms of your feet and just stick it right on the bottom of your snowman and stick those onto the bottom of the crate. If you can't find the snowman, head to Hobby Lobby. They have lots of great wood unfinished pieces that would work for this too. So once we get all 4 of those feet on there, of course you could leave it like this, leave it plain if you like. However, we are of course here, so we are going to dress this up even more with the help of one of these chalkboard tags, again from Dollar Tree. Even my ribbon is from Dollar Tree too. I love that they're upping their decor game and really putting out what is popular. So I wanted to cover up the hole in the tag, so I just cut a small knot and then wrote the word soap on the front of my tag using a white chalk marker, which works so much better than a paint pen. And then we're going to use our total tape again to apply the back of this tag right onto the front of the crate. So I love using total tape because it works on like every single material. So even that little bit of ribbon I applied on there with it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be wood that we're working with. It's also all weather. So this is going to work great in our bathroom that actually, you know, obviously gets some humidity in there. So it's going to withstand that. Such a great product. We're going to use it again for another piece using one of these wall wire racks from Dollar Tree. We're going to take that outside and use some metallic oil rubbed bronze spray paint to cover this. I do suggest flipping this upside down first because again, there's lots of different elements and sides to this. So if you just kind of walk around your piece, let that dry, and then come back in, walk around it again with your spray paint. That'll ensure that you're not missing any of those white spots and you get everything covered. So I did 2 coats on both sides with the spray paint, let that dry. While it was drying, we're gonna work on these 3 smaller crates from Dollar Tree. And I used some antiquing wax to go over the insides and outsides of each one of the crates, just rubbing it in. It's gonna give this more of a stained wood look that dries really quickly, which I love. So now we're going to attach our crates from end to end using our total tape. So I did put the tape on at an angle so that way we had some coverage at the top and at the bottom and not have to use too much adhesive to do that because this stuff is pretty strong. It doesn't need a whole lot anyway. Just wanting to make sure we have good coverage. So push those crates together on the ends. Then we're gonna add another strip to the other side and add our 3rd crate on the end. Same thing, just applying it at an angle, removing that plastic cover, and then attaching the 3rd crate to the end. This is so amazing because like I said, it's no mess, it is permanent, super strong, super heavy duty, no mess. So amazing. Now we're going to use the same adhesive to attach our crates onto our hooks that are now dry, and just adding little tiny pieces onto the hooks and then applying our crates right on top. Again, just centering it, pressing it down firmly. It has instant grab and bond. And now we have a nice little hook display that we can use in our decor. But again, this would be really great in an entryway that you could add your keys to, use it for necklaces and accessories like that in your vanity area. So versatile. I will have total tape linked down in the description box below, so make sure to check there along with other supplies I used in today's video. If you're not yet, please subscribe. As I said, we have more fall DIYs coming very soon. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one. Have a creative day.